Hey Bits and Bytes! It's time for another Patreon Q&A thing, where I take some questions, and I answer them. It's so simple. The first question comes from Vast Question. He asks, what do you mean pick some? Are you not saying all of the questions now? That's more of an insurance for down the line when, you know, just if there's more people to the point where the Q&A would be like 30 minutes, then I would end up having to only take like a couple from each person. Like right now, people asking a bunch of questions is totally fine, because there's only like 4 of you, I think. The next set of questions comes from Lane. What do you use to remove ambient sounds from your audio captures? Woo! We're getting deep down in the business today. Well, first, like I'm using right now, I use Audacity. And then what I do at the end of my recordings is I go, silence. Did that boop. And then I take that silenced piece, just that section, you select it, and then over in Audacity there's an effect tab, you drop it down, go to noise reduction, hit get noise profile. You selected that part tells you, you're telling Audacity, this is the sound I want to get rid of. So you hit get noise profile or whatever, I think. And then you select the whole thing, and then go back to noise reduction, and then go down, and then you tell it how much of that sound you wanted to get rid of. I don't remember what my ratio is exactly. It won't even let me look at it right now, but just you just tweak around with it. You can Google like kind of what the settings do, but that's basically what I do for that. He also asks, do you have an opinion on fruit sushi? I think that's silly. What would you? I'm sorry. Some people out there like fruit sushi, I'm sure. What is that? They're just taking fruit and make it in the shape of sushi? They're basically doing what people did with tacos and burritos. They just took a tortilla and then made it into like a bunch of wacky shapes and called it different stuff and then gave it different prices. I get the business, I just don't like it. I guess that's my opinion on fruit sushi. Finally, he asks, what would you use, say, to animate a title card for a video? My title card for my video I made in Adobe After Effects a long time ago, but you could make it in Premiere Pro. I mean, just After Effects is a lot easier to make it in. I couldn't tell you how I did it, though. It was just, I'm the type of person that goes, I want to make this, and then I sit down, I read the tutorials, I get lost, my hair's all, like, weird, and I got the weird glasses on, and, like, I'm oily, it's terrible. But then 2 days later, there was an intro, and I've been meaning to upgrade it, like, I've been meaning to update the intro and the outro for, like, a long time. I need to find a chunk. I need to find 2 days where I've got nothing else going on so I can put back on those weird glasses and secrete oils and make another one. The next set of questions comes from Hal Fackler. Do you have any plans for future merchandise in the works right now? Would you ever consider making something like a core figurine or something along those lines? Yeah, I'm actually working on pins and stickers right now. I feel like I don't really like shirts myself, so I don't know if I want to make too many more shirts. I want to make what I like, and then hopefully that would mean people would, you know, find my stuff, and then we can all get along about how much we like and dislike the shirts. Which do you think is the superior melon? Melon? Okay, whoa, okay. Oh. Watermelon, honeydew melon, cantaloupe? What other melon is there? I'm sure there's some random melon that someone's gonna be like, Which one is the one where it's cantaloupe? I like cantaloupe when it's good, right? You'd think that's pointless to say, but no. It's been hard finding good cantaloupe lately, but when I can find it, that's my favorite. Oh, there's another question. How was your day? It was good. It's good. I've been having like a lot of trouble like getting everything set up after the hard drive crash. And I'm still trying to pull like a few key things off of that drive, but like I finally got my face cam back to like where it'll stay in sync now. Like you might notice in a few videos, the last Nuclear Throne, Dungeon of the Endless, a few things that are coming up too will have like audio. I mean, Erk's working on it and it's going to take some extra time, but hopefully you won't notice it. But coming up soon, like this for instance, is of a higher quality, right? You don't see quite so many artifacts. Like this is the same webcam, but I've got things set up with a new program, which is just like, I wish I would have done a long time ago, because this is so far working out a lot better. So it was nice. It's nice to know that, you know, next time I record something, things will just work, you know, because the less stresses, the less worries I have, the more I can just focus on the game, the more I can just focus on trying to be entertaining, and then everybody's having a better time. So, yeah, today's better than yesterday. I think that's a nice thing to be able to say. I was trying to say something deep, and then I feel like I was just repeating myself with other wording, which is basically what everyone that sounds deep does, but I'm calling myself out on my own bullcrap. Let's move on. Wolfie asks, I can't think of any good questions, so I'd rather just give you a shout out. Keep up the good work, man. Oh, that's not a question, but I really appreciate it. Thank you. Laveline has another question, actually. Ooh, one more. What settings do you use in OBS to record your videos? I think Laveline here is going to start his own YouTube channel. Or he's asking for a friend, you know? I could explain it, but Irk, you want to just like roll a little slideshow? I mean, there's no harm. It's not like this is a trade secret. If you do a little Google foo, you can find the stuff. Not saying you should have done that, Lave, just, you know, I'm not trying to hide it. This is what I do. This is what I use. Can't explain to you why it works, but, you know, your mileage may vary and all that stuff. It's a big pain in the butt, especially using free software like OBS, but it's free. That's up. Whoop, hold on. I need to answer a question from the last thing. I can't remember who sent me the question, and I didn't write it down like I was supposed to, because it wasn't asked through the normal channels. I don't know. I want to say it was the Chris D, but I can't know for sure, so I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, the question was like, what side are you on this next Splatfest? Because this next Splatfest is a little special. The two sides are Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue. At first you're like, bleh, but it's Nintendo, so they own that name. Aside from the fact that Mary is representing the blue side, and I really like Mary, but I am going to go with the blue, because when I was younger and I got Pokemon Red and Blue, I got them both at the same time. God, that must have been like the first game that came out in two separate, you know, options or whatever, and I don't think anyone's parents really understood. It feels like I heard that story a lot, was that people said when I got Pokemon Red, I got Pokemon Blue at the same time, and I did. At first I was gonna play Pokemon Red, because I was like forcing my little sister to play with me. I was like, you know, you play this one, I'll play this one, you gotta get these, here's a list, you gotta get these Pokemon, I need this, I need the Vulpix, I need all this stuff. And then I got like, I think to maybe Celadon City, and then I was like, well, never mind. And I think that right there, that very moment, the pivotal moment, was when I started going against the grain and purposely trying to play things that weren't the most popular. I don't know why. It's not necessarily a hipster thing, or maybe it is. I don't know. Never really thought about it too much, but ever since that day, when I play games, I like to play characters and with weapons that tend to have people have trouble with, because I want to test myself. I really want to push myself, and it's weird. It's kind of contradicting, because I'm not the kind of person that tends to play video games like super well. And I was like, never mind, give me Pokemon Blue, and I took that one, and I gave her the red one, and then I started my game, and then yeah, I played all the way through on Pokemon Blue, because I was like, I like Vulpix way more than Growlithe. Come on, Growlithe? Growlithe is like a dinner roll with some mustard on top. I mean, not the way he looks, but like the way it feels. And then Vulpix, like its tails actually look like a bear claw, kind of. So it's like that's a bear claw versus a biscuit with mustard on it. That's what was my reasoning at the time, and still is today. That's my answer. That's all the questions for this month. If you want to ask the questions, you can go to patreon.com/Kakujomics and contribute a small amount of money per month to help me keep doing what I'm doing. And then, you know, everyone wins. My content's better, I'm better, because that's how my content's better. That's it! See you next time! Bye! Sorry, I'm still getting used to this new setup. I'm like, I still got like 40% of my brain dedicated to like, is this working? Is this working?